What's up, everybody? It's J and J with Justin and Jordan.
Yeah,
Justin, finals just started, bro.
yeah.
But not only has the finals started, some shit is already brewing in New York. Talk to me. What's going on for today?
So we got finals game one reaction. The Knicks just fired coach Tom Thibodeau. And that was kind of the whole talk of the whole week until game one of the finals. The coaching search, all the potential trades that could happen with that. It's just a big storyline right now. Suns got their new coach if anybody cares. But yeah, it's been a loud week happening in New York right now.
I mean, our shit has overshadowed the finals, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not only the Thibs shit, but also the Giannis shit has taken over the news cycle more than the NBA Finals that just started. I don't blame people, to be honest with you. I don't blame them. But let's save the finals itself for last. Let's talk about us. Let's talk about us. Let's talk about the best coach that we've seen suit up for New York in our lifetime getting fired. First reaction, I was kind of pissed, Jess. I'm not gonna lie. And like other people have said, like online and shit like that, they said this is something that could have been a conversation. If the issue was, oh, we're worried about your track record with D Rose, that the same things that happened with Brunson due to his ankle and his calf. Oh, we want you to play the bench more. Oh, you're playing the starters too much. I feel like this is something that could have been a conversation unless they've already had it with him a bunch of times. It is possible that they did that already, but we're never going to know most likely. But yeah, this decision obviously came, they said, with the goal of winning a championship. Doesn't make sense to me. Thibs, since he's been here, has made the playoffs every year but 1 year. Been to the second round twice. Been to the conference finals. First conference finals run, as everyone kept saying on TV, in 25 years, blah, 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 all this shit. He did that. The way that he coaches did that. And, I know Teague's coming out, basically, for example, saying Thibs don't coach on offense, like defense. Yeah, like it's great, but on offense, it's just like we're doing whatever the fuck we want. And he's just saying, God damn it. Damn it. Damn. What are we doing? Damn. Like he said that's basically all he's doing on offense and shit when he calls timeouts. I could see where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, too, like, here's my criticism about the bench stuff, right? I know that it started working out after we went down 0-2, right? Putting in the bench guys. And of course, shout out to DeLon, right? Shout out to Shamit. Like, they did do their thing in spurts. But still, at the end of the day, I can't really blame that man for not playing the bench that much, because it's not like we have a superstar bench like OKC or like Indy. Now, if we had a phenomenal bench and he wasn't playing the bench all that consistently, then it's like, all right, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we have all these weapons on the bench, you're not using them. But again, it's not like we had this plethora of bench talent anyways. Those guys that we threw out there, again, yes, they did their thing. They made an impact. But like all season long, you and me have said it numerous times, we don't trust the bench. They're the worst scoring bench in the league by far. They were 30th in every single stat. I just feel like if we made the appropriate moves, I don't know what moves would have been out there because we don't have that much bread anyways. That's why I'm curious to know what they're going to do when it comes to this talk for next season. So I'm like, oh, we want the next coach to actually play the bench and shit like that. I'm curious to know what pieces they're talking about playing. Like, is it really Daddy? No disrespect to him. Are we going to ramp up Tyler Kolek and hope he could be like our TJ McConnell or some shit in the playoffs? Like, it's possible, but it's not like we have like prime Lou Williams is waiting free agency to sign with us. That's just not there. There's no dude like that out there. And I was just vastly disappointed with this. Completely. I was beyond disappointed, Justin. This man got us there, like I said, coaching the way that he did. Nobody else could do that for us. And now he's gone. Like you and me said, like he was third or fourth in wins all time.
I think he was third.
Third all time in wins, and he's gone like that. So, and mind you, he did all of this. He did all back-to-back 50-win seasons, so I didn't even acknowledge that too, which hasn't been done in 25 years. He did all of this with a trade that was made right before the season fucking started, right before training camp. He did all this. No chemistry, no nothing. Brand new guys. And that's why I would have loved to have at least given him another year, because what matters the most when it comes to like building a contender is continuity. Constantly moving pieces and putting new guys to play with each other to try and get used to each other. That's not how things work out. I mean, look at the two teams in the finals, how long they've been playing with each other, pause, like as teammates. You can even look at Boston, for example, right? Like a lot of these teams that go to the finals or win the finals, they've been playing with each other for a hot minute. Again, pause, but I think we just need another year to evaluate Thibs. And if it didn't work out next year, then I would have cut him off. That's all I got to say. Like, I'm still devastated. The coaching options out there, I mean, some of them are decent. I'm about to have you rank some of them because I did make a list of some guys that are available, but I don't see anybody being that much better than him. There's guys as good as him. There's guys slightly worse than him. There's guys in the same tier, but way better. It's not out there.
When I first heard the news, I was shocked, but I wasn't upset. I feel like they were gonna come to this road at some point, and what this move tells me is that Leon Rose in the front office, they feel like that we're right there, and they're not fucking around. And as much as I love Thibs, I know you bring up the fact of the bench being not great, and Indy has a great bench and OKC has a great bench, but the fact that a lot of those guys are even out there, like I was telling people after we lost the series, I'm like, yo, if you swap the coaches and Thibs was coaching Indiana, I guarantee Tony Bradley's not playing, Thomas Bryant's not playing, Ben Shepherd's not playing, all those motherfuckers is not playing. So that's my thing. Like Indiana may have the better bench, like from 6 to 8, but they had motherfuckers from 9 to 11 out there playing. And yeah, we finally had Shamet and DeLon Wright playing, but it took until our backs was against the wall for him to get to that point. We have an entire regular season to experiment with that. And I know Shamet started off the season with an injury, but he was back by December. So we had the rest of the season to kind of experiment with that. And I have it written down here. Regular season starting lineup played 1,275 minutes together, plus playoffs, and there was a minus 6.2 net rating. And then the lineup with Deuce instead of Hart in the starting lineup only played 49 minutes together all season, and they were a plus 15.2 net. And I know people are going to say small sample size, but if you see that trend and just keep going with it and expecting change, that's just insanity. And we've talked about it on this show. We love Josh Hart, but we feel like he's a lot better off the bench.
Absolutely.
Josh Hart is a role player. There's no reason why he should have led the league in fucking minutes played. Like, there's no excuse for that. And the whole thing with the Knicks coming into the season was like, oh, we got Cat. We're going to have a 5-out lineup. You can't have a 5-out lineup when Josh Hart is struggling to hit threes. So, in that sense, it was... And it frustrates me with Thibs because, like, I know he could make these adjustments, but he only does it when it's like he's on the hot ass seat or backs against the wall, just like game 3. And a lot of people talk about game 1 being the reason why he fired of this Indiana series. I don't think that's the case. I think it's game 2, 4, and 6. Because like game 3, you went to a different strategy that worked. And then game 4, reverting back to the old ways. And then game 5, we adjusted and blew them out the park in the Garden. And then game 6, just reverting back. And that's kind of the killer, because once you get to this point of the playoffs, conference finals, the talent, they got to step up, but it's going to be a fucking chess match. Like, we're seeing it with Dagnall right now. Like, is you ready to fuck with Carlisle? Because Carlisle has proved this entire playoffs, like, yo, I am willing to adjust and change shit around, keeping my team composed. We gonna do this. Like, it felt like Dagnall was kind of overthinking, like, oh yeah, we gonna take Hartenstein off the starting lineup, put in Case and Wallace. I'm trying to adjust all this. It's like too much overthink. You kind of have to like trust your personnel and be willing to adapt to the situation. And I feel like Dolan's like, yo, our goal is championship. Like Thibs, like shout out to him. He got us from fucking dumpster fire to playoff team to contender, like respectable contender. But it's hard to bring him back because I understand their viewpoint. Because like, yeah, he's done all this shit. Like you could bring him back for a year, but you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like like you could say this now, but Thibs is not gonna play the bench that he needs to. Like, yeah, you might not be able to bring in guys, but you might have to play Kolek. You might have to play Daddy A. It might not sound appealing to some people, but that might be the route you have to go. And I don't see Thibs doing that. And the way this playoff run was, dogfight with Detroit, Boston being down 15, 20 plus every game outside of game 6, that shit is not sustainable. And with this window right now, with Boston potentially being out of the contention next year, you got to capitalize on that because you bring them back for 1 year. Next year, it might be disappointing. You might lose in round 2. And now you fire Thibs, but it's like Celtics going to be back. Now you implement a new coach, and that's another year that you add in. That's going to be Brunson turning 30, Towns turning 31, Mikal's extensions kicked in, another year of Cat's contract where he's making a shit ton. So it's like you can't really fuck around because at that point it's like we might be teetering towards second apron and we can't really make moves outside of that. So, and that's another thing too with the second apron. You kind of have to utilize those young guys and take advantage because they're gonna be on rookie deals, and that's gonna be the point because our top 4 guys are, or top 3 because Mikal's due for an extension. They all under contract and they making big money outside of Brunson. Brunson taking that pay cut really helped us. So the coaching decision, that's gonna be big time for us. They gonna need a guy that's willing to make adjustments, creative offensively, especially utilizing that Cat and Brunson pick and roll. I wrote it down. The Brunson and Cat pick and roll, 27 picks for 100 possessions, ranked 25th in frequency among 138 duos who ran at least 200 pick and rolls in the playoffs. It dropped to 18 out of 100 possessions. So it's like the shit wasn't clicking in the playoffs. So they need somebody to come in and get that shit figured out because those two are too talented to not be able to mesh together. And I'm not saying it's like they got issues with each other, but you kind of just have to implement something with that to get the most out of them. And people saying trade Karl Anthony Towns for Kevin Durant, I'm good off that, bro. I think Karl Anthony Towns is really good especially if you could maximize him. I think you could see like a different version of him. But I wasn't mad at the decision. I was just shocked.
Nah, I'm still let down because here's my thing, right? Two issues we have. Number one, like I mentioned, the bench. You already said it. Daddy and Tyler Cole are getting heavy minutes next season. It doesn't sound appealing.
Yeah, Huckporty.
I mean, I like Huckporty though. When I say those two, it's because like I don't really have much faith in what they're gonna end up being later on, especially Daddy. I got no problem playing Huckporty, bro. I think Huckporty is the best out of the 3 young Knicks. You feel me? But it's the bench number one where I don't think any other coach would have really did too much out of that, right? And I know you said Thibs wouldn't play Thomas Bryant. That one I kind of disagree with. But if you want to talk about Shepherd, yeah, he probably wouldn't have played Shepherd, but he would have played Thomas Bryant. You feel me? But he's not playing Tony Bradley. I can admit that one. But he's gonna play Obi. He's gonna play Ben, and he's gonna play Tony Bradley.
I don't think he'd play Obi as much as Carlisle plays him.
I think that he would at least utilize him though off the bench. I'm not saying no 28 minutes or some shit like that, but he would get burned.
With Carlisle, Obi, he could make some mistakes, and Carlisle's still gonna put him out there.
But again, going back to like their bench is just so much better than ours. OKC's bench is so much better than ours. You know, like the one thing I can say though is that Boston's bench isn't out of this world. I can admit that one. You feel me? Their bench isn't, oh my God, super fucking phenomenal. And the other thing is, our issue as well is, like you said, with the starting lineup and shit like that, defense, bro. And Thibs, to me, is the best defensive coach in the league. Respect to the guys who are available, respect to the guys who we're going to interview, respect to the one guy who, I don't know if he did it on purpose with the jersey, but we're already reaching out to him or getting permission to reach out to him.
No, I did not do this on purpose.
I thought you did. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought you did because of the news. But I don't think there's any other coach that's going to maximize his team's defense with Cat on the floor. And we knew this was going to happen with Cat anyways when we made the trade. And I still have no problem with the trade. I don't, regret it or anything at all. My point is, like, you kind of are where you're at with him defensively unless Mitch is out there. Mitch, amazing since he came back, especially in the playoffs. But let's just be honest. This isn't a guy who's going to play 70 games next season. I'd be very surprised if he does. So what other coach is going to make Cat a better defender, a better anchor? I don't see that out there. He doesn't exist. That coach doesn't exist. You feel me? So at least I guess you could say, yeah, but we'll just get a coach who's way better offensively. But I feel like the Knicks of next year are going to be a team that's going to have to be in constant shootouts every single game, scoring 115 points every single game, and also allowing like 110 or 112. That's going to have to be our identity next year, depending on the coach that we... Well, not even depending on the coach that we get. Based on any coach that we get, because we just lost the best defensive one, and we didn't look that complete defensively until we got benched back. So that's kind of my concern as well. I think no matter what, our defense is not going to be that good next season.
I feel like for the next coach, I feel like you saw it in like glimpses in the playoffs. Yeah, like with the Townsend Brunson shit, defensively.
One of them's getting eaten.
Yeah, especially that's when they're really at their worst. When you got both of them out there, they both food. But I feel like you saw glimpses of it in that Pacers series when you got one of them out there with the bench guys. The team is clicking because they could get stops, and you got one of the guys out there, and then vice versa. I feel like the next coach has to see that and learn how to kind of like stagger them, and then like obviously you start the game with them, start the second half with them, and then probably you close with them, but you kind of have to like you can't play them too much, like you can't put them in like 8 minutes left to go in the fourth, because then it's like, all right, that's kind of too much time for the other team to kind of cook. You kind of might have to wait till like 3-4 minutes left or some shit to have both of them back in together. But there's kind of a recipe there. If you stagger them, I think you could kind of get the best of both worlds, where they both could as individuals go off without really sacrificing the defense as much. It's when they're together that's when the defense is god awful. And also on top of that, you kind of have to have a coach that's gonna do some shit where they could play off each other better. So even if you're sacrificing that defense for those minutes of them on the floor, they could just punish you, just the two of them, because they gotta establish that 2-man game just to make up for the defense that's not there. And I think that's kind of the mindset that the next coach is gonna have to have going in.
Justin, I have 5 coaches here. I want you to rank them from, you want to do bottom up or top down? You want to rank it worst to best or best to worst?
I guess worst to best. Is this based on like
who's out
their
there,
resume, or like based on who I would want?
You would want for this specific team.
Oh, okay.
Fuck the resume. I don't care if you have 7 rings. Like, what are you gonna do with this Knicks squad?
All right.
So it's Mike Malone, Bud, Kid, Taylor Jenkins, and Monty. I left out Ime, even though they said they're gonna go for Ime. The Rockets are not letting him go. So out of those 5, who would you want from 1 through 5? 1 being who you want the most. Malone, Bud, Kid, Jenkins, Monty. Monty I threw in for fun, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, put Monty at 5. Monty's 5, Bud is 4, Malone 3,
Malone 3.
Yeah, I don't want Mike Malone, bro.
I mean, me neither, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'd rather have Bud than Malone and Taylor Jenkins. And that's not even saying much either. But I'll let you continue.
Malone 3. And then
Jenkins and Kid left.
I think I'll do Jenkins 2, Kid 1.
Damn, you really rocking with Taylor Jenkins like that? I'm good off him, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's not the best name, but it's like out of the options, I would probably put him at 2.
I'm putting Monty last. I'm putting Jenkins 4, Malone 3, Bud 2, Kid 1. At least Bud is gonna get us to be fucking good in the regular season. I can say that much. He's another guy.
Yeah, but we need to be good in the playoffs.
That's another guy who's
and he don't make adjustments.
But Taylor Jenkins, rough playoff resume. You feel me? Well, like Mike Malone, he was with Jokic. You know, like all these guys have their own different things that you could point against them. I don't know how I feel about the Jason Kidd stuff. To be honest with you. He's cool.
To be honest,
him and Brunson have a good relationship and shit like that, but I still don't know how I feel about it.
This is my thing. If it comes with Giannis, I'll take him. But if not, I'm kind of little. Like, if you're telling me Kid's coming, but Giannis isn't coming too, then I'm like, all right. Then that don't sound as good. But I don't know. I mean, Kid would be... I guess, I mean, he still would be at the top 2 if Giannis wasn't coming, but it's just the appeal of it adds on to it. I don't know where the Udoka and Finch shit came from, because it's like these motherfuckers just looking at guys with jobs.
I didn't see Finch.
I've been seeing Finch, but I'm like, bro, then he's not leaving.
I haven't seen that report at all. Where'd you see that?
Saw it on.
I saw that they want permission for Kid and Ime. I did not see Finch.
I saw Finch. Yes, I think it was on Twitter.
Was it Centel? No, I'm fucking with you.
Nah, it wasn't Centel.
Centel announced Thibs is fired.
And
the
I was
day
listening
before,
to Knicks Fan TV. They was talking about it, about Finch. But I don't see that shit happening.
You heard though, these motherfuckers at Centel announced Thibs getting fired a day before it happened.
That's crazy.
Never wrong, just early. That's fucking insanity, bro.
Yeah.
Since you already mentioned it though, with this whole Kid stuff, you saying if it comes with Giannis, he'll be happy. How much are you buying into this Giannis shit? They're saying a tsunami trade. We don't even got picks to trade though. That's my only thing. So,
hey man, after the Lucas shit, I'm ready for anything, bro.
There's so many better offers out there though, and this isn't something being done in the dark though. That's kind of the difference.
I mean, I don't know if that report was true that that if Giannis would prefer Spurs, Heat, Knicks, Raptors, like as his destinations.
Heat and Raptors doesn't make any sense, bro.
Because I was watching Court Zemba's video yesterday, and that was like the reported top 4 list. And then he was also saying that Giannis would prefer to stay in the East, especially a market where one for like all his business shit, like outside of ball, and then like to attract other stars or free agents, like where people want to play with him. So I don't know. Miami, I know we people talk about us not having a good package, but Miami definitely don't have a good package. Toronto's interesting because Masai Ujiri likes him a lot.
Since draft.
Yeah, so they could potentially have a nice package, but we'll see. It really comes down to Giannis. And then there was that other report later yesterday or last night where they said that other teams feel like the momentum of him requesting a trade has stalled. So that's crazy how that came out like right in the midst of everything. So we really don't know right now. So kind of have to just play the waiting game right now.
And I mean, I don't really want to buy too much into it. I know guys throw out their list of who they want and shit like that, but I don't think was Dallas on Kyrie's list, or am I mistaken? I don't believe they were. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't recall that.
I don't remember.
So it's like he didn't go to a preferred spot. Dame didn't go to a preferred spot because it was the Nets and it was Miami. He didn't get neither. He went straight to Milwaukee.
Who was it that just had one team and was like, fuck everybody else? And then the fucking conversation just stalled.
I wonder who that was. I don't recall. It wasn't KD. KD had a list. I forgot what his list was though.
Or was it Dame? I mean, yeah.
Dame originally said Miami, and then Dame literally said Miami, Miami only. Then he brought in his horizons to Brooklyn. I don't know if it was Brooklyn and someone else or just Brooklyn, but I remember.
I think it was Dame.
It was just like only Miami,
just Miami.
Yeah,
and then nothing happened for for a minute.
And he said, maybe the Nets for whatever reason.
It felt like a foregone conclusion, and then like the whole summer happened and nothing happened.
I mean, bro, he was basically supposed to be a Heat and it never worked out. I mean, they didn't want Tyler Hero. I don't blame him, but going back to the Giannis stuff, I don't really think that this whole thing with the list is gonna matter, and the Bucks are gonna want to maximize whatever they could get out of him. Would they really rather have, for example, OG, or would they rather have Şengün and other young guys and picks?
Well, there was that other report where they said the Bucks would rather send him to the West and that they really like Dylan Harper. So the Spurs
are not going to trade Dylan Harper, though. That's the only problem. I don't think they're moving the pick, bro. Which is stupid to me.
Which is crazy.
It's so fucking stupid.
Which is crazy.
You're not going to take Ace. You're not going to take VJ. Like, that's
really your only two options. Either draft Dylan or fucking trade that shit.
Don't do no extra bullshit of, let's get Ace. Like, that's not going to work out for you.
Let's go get Fit. Like, nah.
Yeah, like, fit is not your thing right now in a draft like this, bro. And you're the second pick. You're not the fourth, fifth, sixth pick. Fuck Fit, bro. Get the BPA, but BPA doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
You just traded for an all-star caliber, all-NBA caliber point guard. So just trade the pick. Don't be shy to trade the pick. Y'all not getting Cooper. Dylan Harper's not going number one. So it's like, just trade the pick, bro. Get him in San Antonio. Put him in the black and white already. But I'm not buying this shit about us getting Giannis. If it happens, cool. I'll be great. You and me will have a job to sit on the bench. You feel me? Because it's gonna take a lot to get him. But I'm not buying it until that happens. It just feels like the old days of a couple years ago when everyone had us on their list, and it never ended up working out. It feels like that's just coming back now because we lost. But I'm not buying into us. I'm not buying into Miami. Raptors have some stuff to fuck around with. And you said the other team was who?
It was Spurs. Raptors,
Spurs.
Heat,
Okay,
yeah.
and Spurs obviously makes the most sense. OKC makes sense, unfortunately. Houston makes a lot of fucking sense. Toronto makes a lot of sense. We don't make any sense at all.
Spurs.
Neither does Brooklyn, bro. I'm tired of this manufacture shit of him going to Brooklyn. Why would he want to do that? This team is worse than what he's already dealing with right now.
The Spurs probably have the best package.
They do. But do they want to pull the trigger? I mean, Pop is crazy if he doesn't.
Yeah, they're crazy. If they pull that trigger, you're talking about
Wemby, Fox.
What a top. You think they'd be like a top 3 seed?
It's tough with the West. They'll at least be top 5. They won't be a play-in team.
Hell no. Fuck no.
They'll be top 5, top 4. I mean, we just saw Giannis not even finish top 3 in the East. I understand his supporting cast was nothing too crazy, but like now we're throwing him into the West with Bron and Luka, with the Grizz, with OKC. We'll see what Houston looks like next year. You feel me? The Clips is still going to be competitive. Like, I can't guarantee, and Jokic, I can't guarantee anybody being top 3 in the West.
I don't know.
I mean, look at the Grizz. The Grizz was the 2 seed all year, and they fell the fucking play-in, thankfully.
Yeah, they love getting that 2 seed. I remember when Ja tried to flex that shit.
He did also figure out OKC, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shame he got hurt. He had them figured out. They would have beaten them. They would have won the next.
I forgot
4.
what they asked him. He was like, I was a 2 seed 2 years ago. Oh, man.
That's like when he first came back from all the shit and hit the game winner. And all the Grizzlies fans were hype. All the Ja fans were hype. And then, look, he went right back down again. Not to be fucked up, but it's just the truth. That's what happened.
Giannis and Wemby would be insane.
Where would they rank as a duo? Is Giannis and Wemby better than Bron and Luka?
I mean, you would have to say so, low key, because Wemby's probably closer to the top 5 than Bron is at this point.
Unfortunately, it makes me so sad. Makes me so fucking sad. That's close, and Bron's about to be 41.
No, it is pretty close.
I mean, I'm taking them over our guys, Brunson and Cat. I would take them over the Jays in Boston.
Yeah.
It's really the competition, just Luka and Bron, which is so ridiculous to say out loud. What am I going to say? Kyrie and AD. I guess you could say Cooper Flag and AD, but still they're washing them badly. I haven't
seen them play still.
Well, we haven't seen Wemby and Giannis play anyways.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that they would be way better than them too.
Yeah, they're shitting on them.
I'm trying to think of other duos.
Shay
and Gino. Nah.
Damn, they.
Shay and Chet, nah.
Nah, they're frying them.
Hallie Siakam, nah.
John Triple J.
Fuck no, they shouldn't even be in the conversation.
Sabonis and DeRozan, or Zach and DeRozan.
Nah.
Come on, man. You didn't have to say it like that.
Hero and Bam.
Yeah, sure. That's competitive. That's so competitive. Zion and Trey Murphy. Zion and CJ.
Scotty and Ingram.
Hey, hold on.
RJ and Ingram.
It's RJ and Scotty, and RJ's the number 1. By the way, Zion, good luck, brother. I'm not going to elaborate anymore after that. Good luck.
Oh, actually, nah. Oh, well, but KD not going to be on that team next year. I was going to say KD book, but...
No, they're still better than them.
Yeah, they're still better than them. Yeah.
Steph and Pods?
No.
Steph and Jimmy?
No.
What about Şengün and Jalen Green?
I feel like most people would say Şengün and Amen. But even then.
Who has the Wingstop commercial?
I feel like they haven't shown that shit as much.
Yeah, because they're out. That's probably the reason why. Kawhi and Harden?
Nah, yeah. Wemby and Giannis would be the
Paolo and Franz.
Nah.
Damn. Paolo's our guy on this show. Are you saying nah that quickly?
It's because Franz brings them down.
Dern and Cade. Franz brings them down is crazy. Franz is like that.
Nah, he is like that.
Dern and Cade.
Nah.
The Motorcade Express. All right, this is going to be the last one. Colin Sexton and Markkanen.
Wow. Nah. We really got that before. Nah, yeah.
Can we please get Colin Sexton in blue and orange, bro, in New York? Dying for that shit. And Jordan Clarkson. And I don't want to hear the shit that he was talking to just because of the game he had against us, bro. Back in like January. I still want Jordan Clarkson. I don't give a fuck about one game, him shooting terribly and making bad decisions. That is a bench piece I want badly, man.
I would love Walker Kessler, but...
We're not getting a Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
If we could get both of them in a deal, that'd be great, but that's impossible. We're not even getting Colin Sexton by himself. We might as well just shoot for Jordan Clarkson. And I feel so bad for him, bro, that his years are getting wasted over there, low key.
Colin Sexton?
I mean, both, but I was mostly talking about Jordan Clarkson, mainly. Colin Sexton still has some years, you feel me? But, like, Jordan Clarkson's been in the league since 14-15. He's a 10-year vet. Get that man a fucking contender, bro. He's been far away from the playoffs for years now. Yeah. Put him on our team. Bias aside.
Yeah.
You got to be more on base for that now after this playoffs.
What, the Colin Sexton?
No, Clarkson. Clarkson. We're focusing on Clarkson. Colin Sexton's going to be too hard to get, bro.
I mean, yeah.
You have to be, man. Look at what the fuck we was throwing out. You got to respect those guys. They played tough. You feel me? They played hard, but come on. We needed buckets. And who could get buckets whenever they want? Jordan Clarkson off the bench. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Colin Sexton would be even better because he's a better defender than Jordan. But I don't think
at least he tries to be.
Exactly. That's what makes him better. Jordan Clarkson don't try at all. I would kill to have either of them though, wearing blue and orange, man. Badly. Badly. I know you're saying Walker Kessler. It's not happening. At least these two are a little bit.
That would have been a fucking
realistic.
dream.
At least that would have been a dream. Come on, bro. We're never gonna get him at this point. I was about to say we could focus on picking someone up in the draft. We don't even have picks.
We have the 50th pick.
Ooh, we're gonna get there. Enlighten me.
At pick 50, I mean, I don't think we picking anybody that's like right away. Yeah, come play.
I mean, generally people who are all the way down at 50 aren't like that.
You have to get like real lucky and like somebody slips or some shit.
Let's get the Asian kid from Princeton.
He's actually
he didn't even declare. Yeah,
he transferred to Florida.
Good for him. He's a hooper, bro. Now that he's gonna play for Florida, we don't have to feel too embarrassed that he fried Rutgers.
That was crazy. He was the best player on the floor.
Yeah, on a floor with Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, this kid was really the best player. And I feel bad for getting his name already. It was what, Xavier something?
Xavier Lee.
Yeah.
And now he better go play for the defending champs.
Is he gonna get PT though?
I think he will.
Like crazy burn?
I think he will.
Is he gonna start?
Because what's it called? Clayton's going. I don't know if I think Elijah Mitchell might be going too.
If only we could get Clayton, bro. He's gonna be gone.
They got Boogie Flan too from Arkansas, so their backcourt about to be crazy.
Shout out to Arkansas. Shout out to Razorbacks. I hope he goes out in hoops, bro, and then we draft him. Come on, it'll be fire.
I mean, he's tough.
Let him get to he was picking apart everybody on Rutgers, bro.
Yeah, he's tough as he almost had a triple double.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yo,
getting by Dylan Harper, getting by Ace, frying in the pick and roll, bro. I fuck with him. He was balling.
Nah, yeah, he's tough.
Justin, moving on to finals though, brother. We saw dark magic again. The devil resides in Gary, Indiana. Someone actually found that there's a town or a location near Indianapolis called Satan Hill. There's something ugly going on over there, bro. And I'm just going to say it out loud. I'm tired of Tyrese Haliburton. I'm tired of the shit, man. I'm tired of the same old shit happening every fucking round. I'm gonna say it for what it is. I don't care if it's saying these lucky ass shots, bro. I'm tired of this shit, man. I really am. How does Shea have almost fucking 40 and y'all lose? You got J-Dub shooting fucking June 19th.
That's crazy.
That's Juneteenth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Juneteenth's on the 19th, right?
Yeah.
We got this motherfucker shooting Juneteenth, bro. And I can't wait to open TikTok in a second. I bet somebody already made that joke with the Vigil AI, bro. They probably just some shit like, oh, J-Dub showing his appreciation for Juneteenth or celebrating that shit early. Come the fuck on, man. And Shay, by the way, you are not like exempt from this either. Even though you had 38 points. Motherfucker, how do you get comboed that badly? Literally like beef on your forehead. That's how bad you got comboed by Andrew Nemhard. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, I do have y'all winning in 5 from the start, right? But you're supposed to let them win like game 3 or some shit, game 4, you know? You don't lose game 1.
The tides is fucking turning.
Like, I really am pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, because like, this shit keeps happening, man. This lucky ass shit, bro. Like,
it's happening every round.
Every round, numerous times too. Like, Shay, take care of business, bro. If you're really the MVP, if you're really the best fucking player in the world, take care of your fucking business. J-Dub, I've seen you fry a couple of times in this playoffs, bro. Wake the fuck up. I don't want these dudes to walk away as champions. I'm being so dead ass. I don't even really want any of them to win the championship. I'm rooting for OKC though, right? I cannot see that trophy go back to Indy, bro. And we about to see if they do when this man get Finals MVP for averaging, what, 15 points, bro? Like, come on, bro.
They said Thibs, when he saw Haliburton made that shot, was like, see?
Yeah, he was like, why the fuck am I getting fired? I would feel the same way, bro. It's happening to everybody.
You know what I noticed too? Every time Haliburton has one of those games, the star on the other team has a monster fucking game.
Look at Donovan Mitchell.
Giannis had 30, 20, and 13. Donovan Mitchell had 48. Brunson had like 43. And now Shea had 38. So it's like, and I remember telling people, and I had the feeling yesterday too, well, Thursday, I was like, yo, something tells me that Indiana's going to win this game. I was like, I didn't know it'd be in that fashion, but I was like, game one is going to go one of two ways. Either either OKC is going to blow them out the fucking gym, or Indiana's going to steal game one. It's going to go one of two ways. I don't see it being a nail biter and OKC pulling it out. It's going to be Indiana in a close one. And that's what happened. And a lot of shit went down, bro. It was just, I think the main story of this game that was like the craziest part that you can't even fathom is that OKC forced 25 Indiana turnovers, and Indiana was still in this game.
Mind you, and they've been doing a great job protecting on the rock all playoffs.
Yeah. They forced 25 turnovers on Indiana. And Indiana, I think they only gave up like 11 points off of those turnovers. I think at halftime, it was only like a 12-point game. So like that's the part, if I was an OKC fan, where I would be concerned. And I had the same feeling as a Knicks fan in game one. Like, damn, Siakam didn't even play good. We wasted a masterclass from Brunson and Towns, and we lost. It's like the same feeling now for this game. Like, you wasted a Shea, great game. Siakam was good. He wasn't great. Haliburton was good. He wasn't great. Like, nobody had 20 on the Pacers, and they turned the fuck out of the ball. And you still lose that game. Like, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, because Siakam had what, 18, 19?
You said what?
Siakam
had 19. He was the leading scorer.
We almost had 20.
Indiana had 19 turnovers in the first half. So that's the crazy part. And another impressive stat, I got to give Indiana credit. All playoffs long, one of their main weaknesses was rebounding. They averaged 39 rebounds a game in the playoffs. They cooked OKC on the glass, 56-39. And that makes me kind of question Dagnall, like, yo, what are we doing? Like, you got to have iHeart out there more. You got to have Chet out there more. You might have to play both. Because we saw right before game one, took iHeart out, put in Case and Wallace. I guess for defensive purposes, and it looked good at first, but Indiana got a lot of second chance points. And credit to Carlisle too, because when they wasn't hitting shots, they said fuck that. We just going back on defense. They wasn't trying to give out those leak outs and give OKC those easy buckets. They made sure they ran back on defense and got that stop. So it's timely shit like that. Obi Toppin, he was the one that really kept them in the game. He hit 5 3-pointers. Even after a bad first half, TJ McConnell gave him good minutes. And yo, the Pacers are just like, they're the team of destiny at this point. Like, you win like this 4 times in the playoffs, you are the team of destiny at this point. Like, if I'm a Pacers fan, I would want the feeling like, nah, yo, we gotta win, bro. We gotta win this whole shit. Because to have these finishes to every single round, it's like, nah. We not only can we play with these guys, it's like, all right, now we set the tone. We're shifting the energy now. And it's crazy now that every single team that they've played has felt this same pain. I guess on the Bucks to a lesser degree, because
Lesser?
they was down 3-1.
Yeah, but bro, the way that they were losing, bro, was ridiculous.
Nah, yeah, the way they lost was insane. But you was already down 3-1, so people was like, all right, they're done. But like the Cavs, was up all game, and then that shit happened. We was up for majority. Well, I want to say the first half was close. The second half we kind of took control,
the whole fucking game,
and then we let it slip. And then this for OKC. I feel like those three are like kind of like, yo, those are pretty big losses, like demoralizing losses. The Bucks one was just like, I think that last minute was insane. Like that last minute was like, what the fuck? But in the grand scheme of things, like, kind of knew it was over. But yeah, bro. I want to give a shout out to Carlisle, like just the adjustments being made and them not being afraid to go out there. And for game 2, man, they really, that's really the scary part, that you could tell at the start of the game that they was a little nervous. It was game 1 of the finals. Like they was a little jittery, and you saw when OKC went out to that like 7-1 lead or 7-0 lead, it was kind of like, oh shit, like this is the real deal. But those nerves kind of went away towards the end of the game. And now game 2, they're gonna be playing comfortable. Confident as fuck. And now OKC is like, nah, we gotta go back 1-1 back to Indy. And the way they defended Shea was good too. You gotta give a shout out to Nimhard. He was doing a good job on Shea. I know Shea had 38, but he didn't get to the free throw line a lot. He was making shit really, really hard on Shea. And to hit him with that combo, that was insane. I was like, who the fuck does he think he is? He made that shit. I just started laughing. But Chet, you gotta be better, bro. Next game, J-Dub, you gotta be better. Caruso was dead ass looking like the second best player on that team. So
unacceptable.
I mean, I'm expecting at least one of the two to bounce back next game, but the energy has shifted now.
I wish they was playing tonight, bro. We gotta wait all the way until tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
It's been a long 24 hours. The one thing I will say that I mentioned to you before we even started was I'm not prepared for this championship. I mean, you know me. This is gonna be back-to-back nightmare champions if this does come true. With last year and now this year, right? Conversations are already getting nasty. Like Dequan told me, and like how you saw for yourself. Better than CP3 because of one championship? I'm not doing that. Elite? I'm not doing that. Top 5 point guard in the league? I'm not doing that. My comparison for this man, Justin, and it's far from disrespectful at all anyways, like, I just think it's a good comp, and even the team, it kind of makes sense, but kind of like an offensive version of this team, like the inverse of the philosophy, and I think he's kind of like the spearhead. He reminds me of Chauncey on the Pistons, but except this is the offensive version rather than defense. Chauncey's great. Chauncey's a star in his own right. I'm not taking him all time over CP3 with a Finals MVP in the ring and all that shit. I'm not taking him over CP3. So I'm not trying to hear any of this Haliburton over CP3 talks already. Mind you, after game 1, too, by the way. Not even with the championship. They're already saying when he gets his ring. Not if, when he wins the championship, he's better than CP3 all time already. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. He's better than Nash already. I'm not doing this bullshit, bro. I'm not playing these games. I'm sorry, I have to put it out there now. I'm not playing these games, bro. For real. Because they're already starting to get annoying. Yeah. And it hasn't even happened. They haven't even lifted the trophy yet, and it's already getting annoying as fuck.
Some nasty conversation. I mean, the series ain't over, but
CP3 went to the fucking finals too.
Yeah.
CP3 won 2 games in the finals. Not that it's a major accomplishment, but it's like, damn, we started these conversations after game 1.
Yeah.
This just got to be a joke, bro. Yeah. It's a fucking joke.
The conversations is nasty. I feel like what boosted for Haliburton is just he's had the moments in the playoffs.
He's had the moments where he hasn't had like.
Not saying that CP2.
He did have this triple double too, by the way. I'm not gonna take that away, but he's
Yeah.
mostly had moments rather than games.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't surprised when Siakam won Eastern Conference MVP.
Because I don't. Because I feel like I can't really. I mean, the triple double was a memorable game, but outside of that, I'm like, I can't think of a memorable.
Besides, he's just doing his thing. Again, which is fine. Like kind of like a Chauncey doing your thing.
A lot of people are upset about the conference finals MVP.
No, I had no problem at all with it, bro.
I wasn't mad. And
Siakam was dropping 30 balls on us.
the decision came down to, it was literally 5-4.
Yeah, it was one vote.
It wasn't like Siakam got like 3 more votes than him.
I mean, he should have, but yeah, it was close at least.
And I saw a lot of people's argument was just like, not only did he make that shot in game 1, but a lot of people come down. This is a lot of people's like argument, which I don't agree with. It was like the best player should always get that award, unless
on the team, like the face, or you're saying like, what do you mean by best?
Like on the team, like on the winning team, unless he plays
but
drastically
like,
bad.
But you're saying like the face of the team.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. So like even if I say OG played the best, even though he didn't. Let's say OG averaged like 28.
Yeah,
you're saying it should go to people of those beliefs still think it should still go to Brunson unless he choked. No.
Unless Brunson played like garbage.
No.
Which I disagree with.
Whoever plays the best in the fucking conference finals gets it. That's why Jaylen Brown won it last year. That's why Siakam won it this year. Yeah. They played better than their face of the franchise. That's it. That's all there is to it.
And Siakam,
it's the same thing with Finals MVP.
Siakam was the reason why they won game 2, bro.
Especially in that first half, he scored like the first 20 out of like
20 points, bro.
He had 20 out of like 25, bro.
If he doesn't do that, we probably win that game.
Mm-hmm. Multiple 30 balls, bro. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not gonna say fucking that shit. I'm not gonna say that.
No. I mean, regardless, so he had multiple 30 balls. That's what matters, bro. He was hooping.
Yeah.
Triple double was great. The shot was great. All this shit, but like from start to finish, Siakam was the better player in every fucking game. Let me not say every fucking game, but you know what I mean. The whole series, he was the better player. I have no problem at all with the conference finals MVP. The one thing I will say though, Justin, it's gonna be really fucking funny after this finals. No matter who wins it, what team or what player specifically wins finals MVP, they're gonna tie Stephen Curry in finals MVPs.
Wow.
And I reminded Bryce of that, and Bryce wasn't too happy. I was like, bro, if SGA or Haliburton or even Siakam wins finals MVP, they're tying with Curry. I wonder what the Siakam case looks like for him, for like his career if he wins a championship. Especially if he wins finals MVP too.
Do you remember where he finished in 2019 voting?
Finals MVP? Siakam?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't give votes for a losing team, so probably like second.
They won.
No, I know. I'm saying Siakam and finals MVP voting, you said.
Yeah.
They don't give votes to the losing players, so it's not like they were voting for Curry. So I'm assuming he just finished second.
I'm saying like between like all the Raptors players and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Probably second.
Probably second.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because I remember
because they don't vote for the losing team is what I'm saying. So he had to have been second.
No, because I just remember
that's
like
undisputed Kawhi's.
No, yeah, but I just remember like, oh, Kyle Lowry got some love. Fred VanVleet got some love, but I'm like, nah, bro, it had to be Siakam.
Siakam was the number 2 the whole fucking postseason.
I'll never forget that game 1 in the finals.
My boy Beyblade, and like Draymond gave him his respect. Him and Randall together, they gave him the 2 Beyblades, gave him respect. But he's kind of he's a Hall of Famer, bro. If he wins Finals MVP, I'm about to check his resume right now.
That's a nice resume if he
for a guy who came into the G League.
Yeah, he'll be a 2-time champion, 1-time Finals MVP,
3 All-Stars. This would be his 2nd ring. He has most improved. He's 2-time All-NBA. I mean, bro, based on the NBA standards of the Hall of Fame, add a Finals MVP to this shit, and he's 30 years old, right?
He'd be first ballot.
I'm sorry, he's 31. Yeah, he will low-key be first ballot. That's kind of crazy. We need to make this shit much more difficult, bro, to get in, man. I mean, we've parroted that shit so many times. It's never gonna happen though.
If he could rack up like
2 more All-Stars.
I was gonna say like 3-4 more All-Stars, it'll look a lot.
Oh yeah, it would look great if he's a 6-time All-Star.
Yeah.
But even then, man, like right now, you throw a Finals MVP on his name. I think even just if he finishes a 5-time All-Star, he's a Hall of Famer, bro. But everyone gets in when it comes to NBA.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mother gets in.
You're probably gonna hate what I'm about to ask you, but
Yes, I'm still taking him over Tatum.
no. Nah, it wasn't even that.
I missed that debate.
Um,
It could age well though if he wins this championship. He'll have more rings than Tatum. And Finals
yeah,
MVPs.
and more Finals MVPs. But out of all the Haliburton game winners, which one was the craziest? And you could rank them too, 1 to 4.
Do I have to answer?
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to.
Yeah, you should answer.
I think the Cavs one was the worst one.
Cavs is number 1.
Well, because the one against us is not a game winner, but unless you want to count that as a clutch shot instead. To keep that on the list. If you just want to make a clutch shot.
I guess clutch
instead.
shot. We'll just go by clutch shot.
Cavs one is the worst one.
Cavs was one.
Just because, oh my God. Just because of how it happened, bro. He just got that shit dribbled out and pulled that bitch. Against the 1 seed. Yeah, give me the Cavs shit. Give me us. Like, I hate saying it, but that doink is the reason why we didn't go up 1-0. And it sucks too, because that means, like, obviously, butterfly effect, everything would change. But just taking it literally, if we win that game, this becomes a 7-game series instead of 6. So yeah, give me us at number 2. Damn, what was worse, the Bucks shit or this shit that just happened right now? Give me this shit and then give me the Bucks.
Yeah.
But the Cavs one to me hurt the most.
My list would probably be the same. I would maybe
Cavs shit was so
I would maybe
ridiculous.
contemplate putting our shit 1. But the Cavs shit was bad too, because they were already down 1-0.
And it was the same shot for both.
For the Cavs and Knicks.
Yeah. The same fucking shot.
But the Cavs one,
he was like, oh, let me do this again.
The Cavs one, he wet that shit. Like, that was not luck. He made that shit legit. The Knicks one was like, when that shit went up in the air, I was like, oh yeah, we won. And then that shit went back down. I was like, fuck.
Was that crazier than the Kawhi shot?
The Kawhi shot bounced every single part of the I
like that still picture too of Embiid peeking like this. Everybody peeking. Kawhi like that down on like pause, like squatted down with his tongue out and shit. And Embiid starts crying, walking off.
Damn. I low-key want to say yeah, because I'm like, bro, whenever it hits the back rim like that, I feel like for the most part, that shit is a miss. Kawhi shit was just like...
That shit went everywhere.
That shit was crazy. And it's like... I don't know. Like him bumbling the ball, running back out, shooting a fucking 3. Like Kawhi ran to what, short corner?
Mm-hmm. Double
Ben
team.
Simmons gave up on the play. I'll never forget that. And beat in his face. Damn, they both fucking crazy. I don't know. I think maybe Kawhi's. Yeah, Kawhi's.
Because it also closed the series
because you close the series. No, oh yeah. If we just taken that into account, I was literally taking just the shot.
The shot itself, I think, is crazier.
You put the
and then
stakes
the
into
situation
it. Yeah,
makes it even worse.
You put the stakes into a Kawhi's, but even just the shot, I'm taking Kawhi's. Just because nigga, you had Embiid in your face, and you can't even like see.
Yeah, you got Ben off of you, and then you got Embiid in your face.
Like I know Reese had Mitchell Robinson, but like him running out for that step back was like good enough time to get that shit off. It's just the fact that it went back rim up, back down.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I really don't. I really fucking don't.
That's still one of my favorite calls, the Kawhi shot. Is this the dagger?
I just like that he was squatted down like that. Just watching that shit. And Embiid was just peeking like this, looking at the ball, see if it went out or not. Where was Jimmy in that play?
He was in the game.
I'm saying, where was he in that play? Why was he not guarding Kawhi?
I'll never forget Ben Simmons was on him to start, and then he just gave up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you throw Ben on him? Throw Jimmy on him, man. Well, I wanted the Raptors to win anyway, so I don't know why I'm making it like I'm complaining. But still, why? I'm just thinking logically. Why would you not throw Jimmy on him?
That series
them
was
DPOY Benz talks, bro.
that series was amazing.
One of the best series ever.
I remember walking through. I think we was in Hoboken and one of the games was on. I forgot what game, and they was playing it on the TV. I think it might have been like game 4. I'm like, damn.
I don't know if I was there, bro.
I don't think he was there.
I was 19. I don't know why I would be over there. I'm just saying, man. I don't know where the fuck y'all got into then at 19 to watch the game.
Nah, we wasn't in there, but like we was just walking on the street, and like all the bars had the game playing. I always remember that shit when I think of that series.
I remember when we pulled up when the bubble started, the first bubble game started. Were you there that night? I just know that somebody came to pick me up to get cookies.
Was that Clippers Lakers? Nah, yeah, I wasn't there.
Y'all scooped me to get cookies.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
I remember I was sleeping in my gaming chair that I had just assembled. Cause I had that shit leaned all the way back, and y'all called me a couple of times, and I woke up. I was like, "Oh shit, my fault. I forgot we was leaving." That's another like type of memory shit. That now you said Hoboken and ball, like that shit was. I didn't think the season was gonna open again.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bron for that shit too, man. I love Bron.
A lot of memories.
By the way, Gilbert Arenas. Before we even move on, you gotta stop, bro. And I like Gil too, but he's gotta stop, bro. Why we gotta disrespect Cat as a man, not even as a player for this shit, man? Like, it's not even like funny no more. Let's knock that shit off.
That was so random.
It has nothing to do with hoops, bro, at all. That's the most annoying part. It has absolutely nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, I saw people on Twitter were like, he's a better player than all y'all in there combined.
He's better than Nick. He's better than Kenyon. Him, peak for peak versus Gil, I don't know what to say. And me and Josh had that convo too. I was like, hey man, don't get it twisted. Gil dropped 60 on Kobe and averaged 30 for a season. 29 and change, whatever, but he basically averaged 30 for a season. Let's not forget who Gil is. I think it's close.
Give me Cat.
Cat, bring back the defense from college, man, please.
That ain't happening.
Please, bro. That was one of his pluses, bro, coming out. That he was going to be a good defender. We did not get that shit at all.
NBA is a different game.
Well, we have not seen a shred of that at all. Is there any other player?
Colin Sexton.
No, I was just going to say, is there any other player that that was so hyped for one of their tools coming into a draft and that tool ended up becoming like their worst?
Colin Sexton.
I mean, his
defensive energy, defensive player, came into the league, played no fucking defense.
But his offense, though, was more touted, I would say. Much more touted.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess you could say AD in a sense, but like in a positive way. That was just like, oh, there's a defense first guy. Averaged 20 year two. I'm trying to think who else. Like, imagine coming into the league, they're like, this guy's going to be the best shooter of the class, and then you just can't shoot anymore. This guy's the best playmaker of the class. And I feel like Cat's were the only guy I could think of.
Ayton?
That's not a name that we said on here in a minute.
Ben McLemore?
Ben McLemore was just a fucking letdown. And I'm so mad that I missed on that pick, saying that he was going to be a demon. Like, you don't got to remind me.
Dante Exum?
Yeah. His offense is garbage. His whole career. Justin, before we move on to MVP, which is underwhelming as fuck, what does each team have to do to win the next game? Forget like the whole series. Let's just focus on game 2.
Game 2. I mean, for OKC, I think you gotta emphasize the rebound battle. Like you really have to take advantage of that rebound battle. So I don't know if you want to start iHeart next game or continue with the Case and Wilder starting lineup. Those turnovers, you got to finish those points off of turnovers. because you forced 25 and you only scored 11 points off of them. So doing that, Chet has to be more aggressive because I think he only took like 6 shots all game. So he has to be more aggressive. Shea finding a way to kind of manipulate the defense, get to the line. Because Indiana's whole thing is like, they'll probably just let you go off, but they don't want you to go to the free throw line.
Yep.
So kind of just shifting that in your favor. And for Indy, take care of the ball. Because 25 turnovers, you still won. Like, if you told anybody that stat, you're like, oh, Indiana got fucking destroyed. So taking care of the ball, which I think they're going to do a better job at. I think Haliburton has to be more aggressive because when
we say it every fucking time,
when he scores 20, I don't think they lose. They might have lost one game, but
it's like three times that they lost when he scores 20 plus.
Yeah, because you saw down the stretch of that game, Nimhard looked like the guy, and then Haliburton hit that game winner. But I guess him earlier, just being aggressive. Yeah, and then them just not them still being able to play at their pace, and not like slowing shit down for OKC, because I feel like OKC is they're gonna want to play fast, but they're also gonna want to slow it down and cater to Shea. So I guess just not turning the ball over, Haliburton being aggressive. If you could get that rebounding game again from the team, obviously you're gonna want to capitalize on that. So just limit the turnovers and play at your pace.
My thing, you've mentioned everything on the nail for OKC. I'm mostly focused on OKC, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that you missed is unless I missed it, but I heard you say a bunch of different names. I don't think I heard the name J-Dub at all. It has to fucking play better offensively.
Yeah, he has to play better.
Juneteenth is not acceptable, bro, in the finals. You are the number 2 guy. Chet as well has to stand up, like you said. Like, step the fuck up and actually go get some buckets. But I feel the same way with J-Dub as well. You got to contribute, because if you don't contribute, your ass is grass. You guys are going to lose this fucking series. and it's true. Because when he plays bad, these guys aren't winning games in the playoffs. I'm begging you, bro. I know I shit on you coming into the playoffs saying, yo, I can't trust J-Dub as a second option in the playoffs. Sometimes it's come true, sometimes it hasn't, right? I need you to prove me wrong. Please, bro, for these next 4 games, just prove me wrong and win all 4 games. Just go and do your thing. Shea, you're fine, bro. Just don't get pieced like that ever again for the rest of your career, or else I might have to laugh. It just sucks to see who it was I was doing it to that I couldn't really enjoy it too much. You feel me? And you know, like you said with Indy, bro, the number 1 thing is always going to be for Indy to win, for Haliburton to score. For him to score, and I'm not saying for him to score 40. We know that's not his game like that. But for Haliburton to score 25 plus.
Yeah, can you give me 25 with like 12 assists?
Yeah, because that unlocks the playmaking even more for him. When he's scoring like that, it's over. The game, you might as well just stop the game and quit and walk off the court. Once he hits that number 20. 25 especially is over. Siakam, of course, give me some more buckets because I fuck with you. I want you to win finals
That's
MVP.
the thing I'd be scared of if I was a Thunder fan. I'm like, damn.
Siakam?
Both of them. I'm like, damn, Hallie didn't play his best game. Siakam had a good game, but I know he's capable of way better. Game. Yeah, he had a cool game, but I know he's capable of way better than that. Because like game 2, Siakam can come out and drop 29.
I was about to say, he's going to score 27 game 2.
Yeah. And then I could see Hallie scoring like 21 or 22 in game 2.
That's game over. Shea, let's get a 50 ball. Nah, I'm playing. That's OD.
From Shea?
That's OD. I mean, if J-Dub gonna keep playing like this and Chet's gonna be pussy, I mean, he might as well go for it. But on the serious note, though, like, I could see Siakam scoring 27 next game. I don't think Haliburton's gonna score 20. I think he's gonna score like 18. Shea's gonna do his thing, but Shea's amount of points is dependent on how aggressive and how well the rest of his team is playing. So is he gonna have to score 40? Or is 30 gonna be enough and we have Chet step up and J-Dub have his own 20 piece? And I hope that's the case, bro. I hope that's the case. I'd rather have this man SGA win the championship. Another guy who's already getting put into nasty combos, but that's been happening since like February, March. Is only going to make it worse. They're already saying that he's better than Curry all time.
Seeing some people on Twitter saying, Shea better not let this shit slip away.
He can't.
Because those conversations will be nasty as well.
Oh, yeah. If he loses, it's nasty. If he wins, that's so dirty, bro. I'm telling you, bro, they're already saying he's better than Curry at Curry's peak.
That's crazy.
I'm still taking Pete Curry over.
I'm still taking Curry, bro.
And that's why I hate this recency bias shit, bro, with him and Haliburton. I'm tired of this Justin for on some real shit. I'm tired of this shit.
It's recency / winning bias, which is insane. Because I'll never forget after game 4, I think it was Mars from Player's Choice. He put up
oh, that genius.
He put up a Haliburton versus Brunson. Who's better? Everybody said Haliburton. Game 5, we smoke him. Brunson has, what, like 40? He puts up the same poll. Everybody says Brunson now. So it's like...
Put it on Twitter or YouTube?
Twitter.
I'm about to check that shit out.
It was either him or somebody else, but...
Justin, I'm still... You're going to laugh at me. I'm not trolling. Watch next year, bro. I'm still taking De'Aaron Fox, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I thought you were going to say I'm still taking Brunson. I'm like, hell yeah.
No. That's obvious. They're not even the same team. I'm still taking De'Aaron Fox, though, and I'm not trolling.
He did put something out.
About Fox? Because they did post a fucking video, bro. And these niggas was disrespecting De'Aaron Fox.
I'm about to find it right now.
Shit.
He put up something. It was like, oh, rank these point guards. And I think he had Fox at like the bottom, bro. Oh, right here. So Mars said some point guards better than De'Aaron Fox in no particular order. Luka,
yes.
Shea.
Hold on, go one by one. Luka, Shea, yes.
Luka, Shea, Steph.
Yeah.
Brunson.
Yeah.
Hallie.
No.
Dame.
Close. I'll lean Dame.
Kyrie.
No, absolutely not.
Harden.
Close.
Trey.
No, De'Aaron Fox is better than Trey.
Cade.
Cade clears him.
And these last two are going to make you laugh.
Garland?
Ja.
Absolutely not. He's been way better than him.
And Garland.
Garland is not even shining De'Aaron Fox's shoes.
Yeah, because they got into it on the show. Because I forgot who it was.
No, I saw it. One bro said that he's better than Kyrie, and I got no problem with that.
Nah, yeah, he said one of the guys said that Fox is a top 10 point guard, and Mars was like, "Fuck no."
He is. He still is a top 10 player.
I even responded. I was like, I disagree. I'm like, with Ja, like, no.
No, he's better than Ja. He's better than Garland.
He's better than
Haliburton.
Garland. Yeah, he's better than
He's
Garland.
better than 3 of those guys on there.
I said Garland. Garland had the
Garland's
better...
not better than Maxey.
Oh yeah, Maxey's not even here.
Like, come on, bro. Garland is not better than
Maxey's
Maxey.
not even here.
Yeah, I'm winning bias, but last year Maxey was everywhere.
Garland might have had the
I'm
better...
still sticking with my Maxey show. I'm still taking that. He's the best Tyrese in the league. I'm still sticking to my fucking guns, bro. Like, it's the winning bias, the recency bias, bro. Like, Maxey was all over these top lists going into the season, and now look what happened.
Yeah. The fact that Ja's on here is crazy.
Ja and Garland. Garland is the one that bothers me the most. Not even Ja.
Yeah.
The Garland shit pisses me off the most.
I think that about Fox is...
Oh my God. I cannot wait for a full season of Wemby and Fox, bro. And I can't wait for the conversations in April next year.
I should screenshot that shit.
Yeah, you should. I need you to send me that shit. I'm going to put that shit in my favorites. Because you know what? I'm going to come back to that shit. I'm like, oh, De'Aaron Fox is not a top 10 point guard. De'Aaron Fox is not a top 7 point guard. Because I guarantee you, when they make the playoffs next year, everyone's going to be stroking his beef, bro. Crazy. Slurping his shit up like crazy. And there's no pause needed either. Because I've been on this fucking train since rookie year, bro. I don't want no fucking bandwagons next year. Y'all want a bandwagon for the 1 year they made the playoffs. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not jacking that.
I hate that we have this recency winning bias.
More than any sport.
I feel like it happens with basketball the most.
Basketball the most, but hold on. Jalen Hurts combos got stupid nasty after the Super Bowl. I saw him over Burrow. I was like,
see, that's crazy.
Man. Come on.
I've always kept it consistent with. I feel like Hurts is like...
Not no top 5, man.
Hurts is kind of like... I feel like he's kind of like in that Tatum conversation.
I don't think so. I think he's worse than Tatum in his respective position.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like in terms of QB ranking, he's like I feel like he's between like
He's like 7.
He's like
yeah.
between 6 and 8.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tatum at least is like solidified
Top-
4,
yeah, top
5.
5.
But this guy could go anywhere between 7 and 10. To be honest with you, I have him like at 7. He's not better than Burrow. He's not better than Lamar. He's not better than Josh. He's not better than Pat. Already 4 guys that clear him
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah.
Clear him badly. It's not even close. I'm still taking Stafford.
Oh no, yeah, that's
I'm still
absolutely
taking Stafford.
the one I have the most trouble with taking over Hurts is Herbert.
Oh, if man.
Yeah,
I'm still taking if man over him too.
Herbert is the one because it's like, all right, motherfucker, you've been in 2 playoffs and they were like the 2 biggest meltdowns. Even though you might have the better regular season stats than Hurts, but Hurts shows up for the big games.
I mean, I hate to do it and fall victim to the if man, but if he was on the, I'm not gonna do that shit. He is better than CJ though. Jalen Hurts is better than CJ.
Yeah, and then Daniels and Hurts is a conversation too.
I guess
I'd probably have Hurts at like 6 or 7.
I'm still taking golf over both of them.
All right.
Absolutely, I'm taking golf over both of them.
No.
Golf has been better than Jalen Hurts. Remind me who finished 4th or 5th in MVP voting, bro, last year.
4th
Without an all-time defense next to him.
All right.
An injured defense. Signing motherfuckers from our high school to go play. Give me golf, bro. Give me golf. Give me Stafford. Obviously, the 4 locks. Nah, he's better than Jason Love's brother. I didn't want to entertain it, though. I wanted to entertain it for the jokes, but he is better than Jason Love's brother. Still give me Herbs. I feel like I'm missing somebody, Justin. Who am I missing? I'm going through all the divisions. Nah, he's better than Gino. Oh, give me Brock Purdy, bro.
All right, now.
Give me Brock Purdy over him, too. Give me Brock over him. That's all I was forgetting. So that's already like 6 names.
So you would have him at 7?
Yeah.
I would have him at 6.
And I'm still trying to brainstorm names because I feel like I'm forgetting people.
I would have him at 6.
Oh, Jaden Daniels is better than him, too.
I'm not putting Jaden Daniels just because, like,
I'm still taking Jaden Daniels over that nigga.
I still got to see the sophomore year before. Because we was all so ready to put CJ Stroud up there, and then he had a shitty second year.
Josh almost bought his jersey. Even Josh mentioned that too. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm so glad I didn't buy his jersey. He said that shit like a couple weeks ago. That's so funny.
I'm keeping that same energy with Jaden Daniels.
Fine. I'm still going to take him over Jalen Hurts, though. I don't give a fuck.
So I would have Hurts at 6.
Undeserved ass Super Bowl MVP, bro. Have the whole defense eating up this thing of Mahomes, bro. I'm not doing that shit.
Was insane.
Sam Darnold?
No. He was playing with the fucking QB whisperer.
Yeah, the BBL whisperer, basically, of coaches. Of coaches. What? Wait, what I say?
Bro, you know what you said, bro.
There's nothing wrong with what I said, though.
Oh, man. Are the Cavs about to be the Lions of the NBA?
No.
They lost their...
They're not going to win a championship.
They lost one of their assistants. They might lose the other one.
I'm not worried about that shit. We're going to win a championship. They're not. So we have our defense back. Hutchinson is good to go, bro. He's about to lead the league in sacks. He motherfucker had like 10 sacks in 2 games. We back. We're fucking back.
Damn, I can't wait for football season now.
St. Brown, Triple Crown coming.
I'm going to have to get on some shows.
Golf.
Talk my giant shit.
Golf. 4,900 yards. He's going to miss 5,000 by 100. 40 TDs. Damn, I'm fucking ready, bro. Gibbs. Hold on, Gibbs is going to be frying too. Running back 1, buddy. I hope Jackson Dart plays, though. Jackson Dart might get me back to fucking with the Giants again.
Yo, I'm excited for Jackson Dart.
And he's not going to play till fucking end of November, nigga.
I mean, based on our schedule, he might play earlier than expected.
That's going to be playing the end of November, bro. You're going to have to wait a couple months for
our
that
schedule
shit.
is so ass.
You got to wait 6 months, brother. How you guys play us? But over there. I wish it was here. I would have been so hyped if that shit was here, bro. I would have bought tickets. I would have bought tickets right now to go. And I would have bought you, Dave, and Mikey Locks with me. And y'all would have just seen Jared Goff 4 TDs, 0 interceptions, 390 yards, and y'all wouldn't be able to say shit to me. Y'all so lucky, bro. That shit's in Detroit, bro. You know, I'll have us all go to Detroit for the game, bro.
Nah.
All 4 of us.
I think you're gonna say I'll have us all go to Miller's or something.
MVP of the week, Justin, is unfortunately Haliburton. And we're just gonna skip through it. We're not even gonna give him no grace. We're not gonna give him nothing. That's it. It is.
It's just based off game 1 of the finals.
That's it. Congrats, buddy. Moving on though. Justin, any shout outs, bro? Or anything else you want to even discuss?
No.
Cardi, do a whole tour, please. Fuck
By
the
himself,
weekend.
yeah.
Fuck the weekend, bro. I had a good time bumping your shit. It was funny too, because it was like a lot of white women in there, and they was obviously there for the weekend, and they're like around me. And it's only me and this other black guy getting hyped to Cardi shit, throwing up the VL the whole time. He's like, throw your hands up. I'm like,
what songs was he doing?
Got you, GOAT. He came out to Evil Jordan. Yeah, Evil Jordan, Timeless, which I don't even give a fuck about. I don't like Timeless, but
I only like his part.
I don't like it at all, to be honest with you. He did like Wheezy, which I was surprised. I fucking love like Wheezy. I told her I'm big like B, but she ain't believe me. Yeah, he did like Wheezy. He did Sky, which is random to me, but I fucked with it.
That's a good song.
What am I missing? I could probably find that shit on Twitter too. Someone's definitely posted like the set list that he did. I want him to do back. Oh, Fiend. He did Fiend and type shit. And I think that was everything.
It's not bad.
I wish he did Backrooms though. I love Backrooms.
How many times he did Fiend?
1.
Oh.
But that's when niggas got the most lit. I ain't gonna lie, the whole show. And the weekend came out with like druids. Like, you know, remember when Undertaker would walk out with the people in the black like fits, holding the fire and shit? The weekend had that, but they were wearing red. And then he had like the Batman mask with the light up eyes, basically. I was like, what the fuck is this fit, my nigga? He took off the mask, everyone got mad hype. I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go. Cardi is not coming back out.
Yeah. I like The Weeknd, but I don't like him that much. So to see what, saying, bro. 2 hours of him?
I mean, I listened to like 3 of his songs and left. I was there for 30, 40 minutes of Cardi. He had a fire fit on too, no Diddy. Big shout out to him. I wonder if he went back to Harlem too, just to fuck around. His old stomping grounds with ASAP. And also shout out to fucking Jazz Chisholm, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your jersey if Dequan doesn't, because I told him, I was like, you gotta get a Jazz jersey. He's like, oh yeah, I fuck with him. But if you don't get it, I'm gonna get it first then. I don't give a fuck. Any shout outs for you, Justin?
Nah.
You don't got a single shout out. What about BJ's Wholesale?
Nah.
Why was that funny?
I don't know.
Come on, man. Shout out to Connor McDavid too. I need him to win the Stanley Cup.
Those games have been fire.
I've been hearing that man's name for like 9 years, bro, before he even got to the league, bro. So he's really like that. So yeah, big shout out to Connor McDavid, bro. Go get the big one. Pause. I guess you could walk us out of here since you don't want to shout out nobody. Nobody deserves a fucking shout out, apparently.
If you guys are listening on audio, please give us 5 stars. Please like. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, please subscribe, please comment. Follow us on TikTok at the J&J Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at the JJ Podcast 1. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.